Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week, and it was another big week for me. I got 8 comics. Oh, we're back to t-shirt weather here. But first, let me show you my top of the printer museum cover that I look at. I put this on the top of my printer, and I just kind of look at it all week. And this is a Jim Starlin Batman family cover. I did not even know I had this comic. I just went to my Batman section and pulled a random comic out. I don't have a very big Batman section, maybe 50 to 75 comics. And sure, I don't know where or when I got this. I did, but here it is. Cool Batman family cover. Like a Jim Starlin. Batman should have a flashlight in his hand, shouldn't he? In that sewer in the night with Bat. I've just had this one up there all week. It's signed by Starlin, so I didn't even have to look that one up. But let me show you this too. Random catalog that came in the week. 80stees.com. You don't want the 80s tees. They're all $40 a piece. But there's a free poster inside. If you're a Turtles and He-Man and fan, and pretty cool pull-out poster by, what's his name? Freddie E. Williams the second. I think I've heard that name before, but I thought that was just neat. I'm too old to be a Transformers, He-Man, Turtles fan, but I thought that's a pretty neat poster in this random 80s tee catalog that came in the mail. So that was pretty cool. And what else did we get this week in the freebies, the way of freebies? Here we go. Comic shop news. Sinister War. I guess this is another Sinister Six thing, Can't stop repeating the successes of the past. This is one of those what this is, why you need it issues. Where they just explain what's coming out in a different way. Ooh, Captain America's Bicentennial Battles. Cool. Wonder if that's a replica edition. I know they've reprinted it before, but smaller. Let's see. Ooh, Captain America Bicentennial Battles Treasury Edition. Ooh. Okay, so it's gonna be Treasury Edition size. I might get that one because I don't have the original Treasury Edition of that. And it's really cool. It's from 1976. All new Kirby stuff. I don't think any of it was reprints. But we'll look through this later. Marvel reprints I'm interested in. It's just their new books I've got no interest in. First up, let's go with The Last Ronin, which is slightly oversized. Eastman and Laird, issue 3, $9 comic. So that one ain't cheap. I'm not a huge Turtles fan, but I've been enjoying that. I decided to try out the first issue. I put it on my pull list and put the other, I think it's a 4. This is 3 of 4. I was like, okay. It's the story, a future story of the last turtle. All the other 3 turtles are gone. Only one's left to fight on. But well done by Eastman, Laird, Waltz, Escorza, Bishop, and Delgado. The layouts are Kevin Eastman, pencils and inks, Esau and Isaac Escorza. Okay. Ben Bishop and Kevin Eastman, color assistant. I don't know. Colors. Oh, I guess everybody's doing the finishes on this one. Then the colorist is Luis Antonio Delgado with a color assist by Samuel Planta. I think that's how it goes. But some good stuff. It's been fun. Then we've got Baby Yoda Cerebus. See, what number is this? Copy 1637 of 3243. This one broke 3,000 copies. Baby Yoda must be popular. It's more Cerebus and Hell stuff. This time with Baby Yoda Cerebus. It's comic strips, mostly done cut and paste style since he really can't draw anymore. Look at lots of similarity there in this one. I enjoyed it. It's fun. Just jokes by Dave Sim. Strangers and Cerebus. That's not going to sell nearly as much as Baby Yoda Cerebus, I'll guess. Let's see. And more old 80s stuff. Or actually 90s. It's Spawn 318. I've been buying this one issue. The King is Coming. I've been buying this one just because it's a $3 book. It's the only like $3 book left. So I'm like, you know what? I may as well get it. It's been okay. Not great, but I like the artwork in it. After 318 issues, Todd McFarlane still hasn't become a good writer, but you know, it's passable. And then we've got Bitterroot number 13. I've really enjoyed the last 2 issues of this. What is that? I can't tell if that's a printer error or is supposed to be there. That line of ink down there. What is that? It looks like it might be a printer error. But I really can't tell. These are a family of monster fighters in 1920s Harlem. And the monsters are winning. Something happened after the second story arc. Ooh, there's a nice double-page spread. It's a little dark, though. Where the monsters from this other dimension all came over to Earth when they were trying to get them to not come over to Earth. Looks like a lot of battles going on with the monsters in this one. But I really like the art in this one by Sanford Green. Is that his name? Yeah, Sanford Green. I really enjoy his art in this. So I jumped on it on like issue 8 and have been enjoying it since. Then here we go. Casual Fling, issue 4 of 4. This one's been more like a I don't want to call it a detective sort of, because there's no police really involved. It's this woman who had a casual fling and then fell victim to this guy who's a blackmailer. So it's her and her now angry, cheated upon husband who are trying to get out of this. Lots of talking heads in this issue, why not? So it's kind of, I guess you could call this one movie pitch-ish, except there's usually when I'm used to comic book movie pitches having like superheroes or something in them. This one does not. This one could have easily been a script movie pitch, but I'm enjoying it. It's been a good story, and that's issue 4 of 4, so it wraps up. And then we've got Ha Ha, issue 5. A horror anthology by the writer of Ice Cream Man, W. Maxwell Prince, and a different artist every issue. This was Gabriel Hernandez Walta, letters by good old Neon. And for some, there's always some like clown tie-in to it. Sometimes it's a tenuous tie-in. Well, I like the art in this one. Each story is standalone. It's its own thing. It's its own horror happening in the story. Can't remember was last issue the confusing one about the clown and the balloon? I think so. We'll see what this one. I liked the mime issue from issue 2 or 3. That was a good one too. First issue I remember liking too. But 6-issue mini. Only 1 issue left of this. Like I said, a lot. This summer my pull list is going to fall off the cliff as things end. Because I've been getting a lot of miniseries and stuff. Even Last Ronin is only 4 issues. Ha Ha's 6 issues. Casual Fling just ended at issue 4. I think this one is ending soon too. Manifest Destiny number 43. I think it's going to 48. But this is the Lewis and Clark expedition. Only they run into monsters. Lots of monsters in comic book. As they go across the new Louisiana Purchase of the United States back in 1820 something, I think, and they run into a lot of trouble because there's a lot of monsters out there. Then let's see. This is the last one we got. Speaking of monsters, it's Monstress. Monstress, issue number 34. This has just been excellent. It's been excellent all the way through, but it's especially been excellent recently. Ooh, there's a nice picture of the little fox girl doing something. I don't know what. Something to do with the monster. There's war going on now. And our hero or protagonist, or I don't even know, she might be the antagonist, I don't know. Lady Half-Wolf, who's got this monster, that's the monster living inside her. One of the old gods, and the old gods are coming back, and it's really high fantasy stuff. It's tough to explain. who's on what side and who goes where and stuff like that. But it's been, like I said, it's been a really good series. I've enjoyed it from start to finish. Well, you know what? First, I want to show you. I got some blank canvases. That's what they look like. Got 24 by 36 blank canvases that I'm going to paint sometime this summer. Dick Premier. So we got a cross piece. Oh, they got silicone gel in there. Should be kiln dried pine, so it doesn't. What happens if you get cheap canvases? The wood isn't fully dried and it warps and the canvas bends over time. We've also got these little things right here. You nudge into the corner of the canvases to make sure that the corners are tight. I've never really had to use them much, but they're in there. I'll stick them in their slots and they'll just stay there. But there's a box full of 5 of those. We'll see what we can do with them. Meanwhile, I've been doing some inking and some marker coloring. Matter of fact, this is one, Dreams of Things 111. A couple months ago, when I drew this for a Dreams of Things cover, when I penciled it, I also decided to do as one of my big ink drawings. So I have one of these. I probably showed it off 2 months ago. I don't even remember. As you know, as one of my big ink drawings, it looks completely different because I added a whole bunch of more stuff to it. But now I finally got around to inking the 11 by 17 comic book cover one. Then I marker colored this strange one. Another Dreams of Things with this big dreamlike creature up top and this less dreamlike but still not quite in reality person down the bottom who might be dreaming this big person. Or maybe this big one's dreaming this small person. I'm not sure. Out walking the edges of the dream world with Dreams of Things. So there you go. Some comic books, a little bit of art, a poster in 80s tees. And you guys have a good week out there.